Hello and welcome back to Phantasy Star 4. So I lost power again for about a day and a half because of the nor'easter that caught us right after Sandy. So there was a bit of a delay for this video. However, in this one we are finally going to take on the final hunter mission, and I am so glad I split this video off. If I had kept it in with the other one, it would have taken an enormous amount of time to edit. And it's just a good idea in general because, again, this is a pretty involved mission, much more so than any of the other ones we've done so far. So we need to go back to Zima because apparently there are robots walking around. Big deal, we've got a robot, android, the droid, whatever. So I did go back to Desolus and pick up all the Laconia equipment that I could. Now the thing about the servant class of robot enemies is that they're a rather total pain because they're robot enemies that are immune to EMP type attacks, which means they are completely invulnerable to Spark, High Jammer, and Circuit Breaker. Thankfully, they were fairly easily disposed of because they're from many dungeons ago. Oh, we know what they are. Yeah, if you do actually let the robots attack, they will actually only attack Ren. I don't know how they managed it, but there you go. Oh. Yeah, aside from those kinds of books, there are also, hey, people remember us! We remember how you blew up the mountain. So aside from those normal book thingamajigs, there are, as you saw, a few Sega references. One that I wasn't able to find this time through was See Hedgehog Run. So I know exactly where to go even though the townsfolk were unhelpful, and, well, I had to look at the map in the manual to find where Valhalla Fort was. In fact, I got lost for a fair number of minutes actually looking for the thing, so I cut all of that squirming around time. So here's Valhalla Fort. It's actually right north of the Motavian village. So this dungeon can hurt you. Ooh, okay, this is bad. Okay, there's a ton of good equipment for Ren around here, including his ultimate weapon. However, the risks are pretty high. These bro dude Rens, for example, can actually use Spark. And instant death attacks have a fairly high success rate, as you may have seen. Now the thing about Valhalla Fort is that While there are some big risks involved in going here, as the enemies can hurt you really bad. For example, these are now regular enemies. The rewards are pretty high. Good equipment for Ren. Ren's ultimate skill is around here. And the experience is really, really good. By the way, I did try using Circuit Breaker around here and it failed the same way it did last time. Now, Vorpal Spheres are not worth fighting ever, because if you attack them, they counterattack by self-detonating, which is also an instant death attack. Haha, the Photon Eraser. Ren's ultimate weapon. You know how Rika does enhanced damage because I've equipped her with a lightning claw and all that? Well, Ren now does equal damage to that normally. So Rika does 200 plus damage by exploiting weaknesses, Ren does 200 plus just by shooting. It is also the second most powerful weapon in the game by raw attack power. By the way, this is also really the last dungeon you can go through that has machines as primary enemies, which means that after this, a couple of Ren's skills are not actually going to be all that helpful. Goldines are just tougher versions of things we fought before, but I'm leaving them in for completion's sake. However, this doesn't mean that Ren is useless. He's still incredibly strong, and has skills that affect normal enemies. So we're not looking at a kind of Kane situation here. Yeah, after that previous battle, Ren got hit by Spark, so... Okay, I went the entirely wrong way. So a robot army is being built and we have to stop the Robo-apocalypse. How many apocalypses are you going to have in this system? I mean, you've already got the climate apocalypses perpetrated by Zio and Dark Force. Something worse might be on the way because of the profound darkness. And now you've got an army of robots. Where does it end? Now, Giraffe-Duels are the ones I was thinking of earlier because they can actually shoot tons of missiles at you. Yeah, I haven't much to say about this place. It's just your bog standard final optional dungeon thingamajig that's centered around a character and, you know, that all sort of thing. This is really the last optional thing before Rycross and the endgame. In fact, after this, I really only have 2 full videos left to do. Yeah, talking more about how Ren isn't just a one-note character, I don't really think I've had a party that's as omni-capable as the ones you end up with in the latter half of Phantasy Star 4. Ooh, Dominators! Insta-kill them or you're in for a long one. Dominators have the highest hit points of any normal enemy in the game except for one, and that one that's tougher I wouldn't even consider a normal enemy considering what it is. You can trust me to go the wrong way. It's what I do. Now, I wouldn't say that Chaz is the most broken main character I've ever played through in a JRPG. That would have to either go for post Magic Hand Ness in Earthbound, or Dragon Master Alex and Lunar the Silver Star story complete. Yeah, just run away. Post-Magic Cantoness really doesn't have much to fear from most enemies in the endgame. Except, perhaps, Ghost of Starman. And Dragon Master Alex doesn't have much to fear from anything. I hate resetting these conveyors. Why can't they stay reset like good machines? And I think we've already started to see the fruits of experience here. I've already gained 2 levels in this little truck stop of dungeon. Oh! Ren's final upgrade. It is powerful, it attacks all enemies, and it's basically a warship gun that you can fit on androids. It's part of some combos, but not any that I'm very interested in using. You know, come to think of it, I think this is really the first JRPG I played that made its side quests fully up front and center. And Final Fantasy IV had a couple here and there, but they weren't really advertised. And even Final Fantasy VI hinted at it, and then Chrono Trigger post... Oh, here we go. Yeah, post Ocean Floor. Hey, you malevolent artificial intelligence! Artificial intelligence trying to exterminate artificial intelligences instead of the meat bags. This is new. Way to let her down gently. Nothing good comes of Mother Brain, I swear. So, these are just 3 normal Dominators, not special boss buffed ones, which means they are actually still vulnerable to instant death attacks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, they use Phonon Mazer if you let them. It's really not a difficult boss fight. I think King Rappy might be a bit harder. However, they are not weak to Destruct. And I also learned that machines are weak to Nagatas. I wish I'd known that earlier. Many playthroughs might have been helped by that. Oh, she's referring to him by his Japanese name, Foren. I don't know how they let that slip, but then again, this isn't exactly a Woolsey translation we've gotten here. It is decent, at least. I can certainly think of, and have definitely played, worse. So anyway, that's it. Valhall Fort has been shut down. Time to collect our enormous cash pay money. But first, to the inn. That is, our house. There's a lot to do in the next video, on which we will finally be getting back to some interesting story stuff. Yeah, we can actually buy the dues now, so all of our cash will still be potentially useful if I want an extra buffer for the final boss or something. So actions have consequences, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.